Who do you think wins in a fight, you or Prime Floyd?
Me.
No questions?
Why would you think that I would say Floyd? You know, that's one of my favorite fighters. But yeah.
During a live interview that quickly spread across the internet, Terence Crawford faced the question every great fighter eventually hears. How would you perform against Floyd Mayweather at the peak of his career? Bud didn't hesitate at all. He leaned closer, flashed a confident grin, and delivered a statement that stunned everyone watching. I'd finish Floyd even quicker than I finished Errol Spence. Within a matter of hours, boxing podcasts, Twitter discussions, and sports networks everywhere were debating the same topic. Has Crawford officially entered the conversation for the greatest ever? Because after defeating Canelo Alvarez, becoming the undisputed champion in 3 different divisions, and remaining unbeaten through 42 fights, his confidence isn't fantasy. It's something he has built over time. And the crazy part is, he might actually be right.
So pound for pound, Floyd was pound for pound. You were Floyd. Who would have done that? Who would have won that?
Me.
Oh, shit, okay. I'm just asking.
That
Floyd was pound for pound before.
That would have been a hard fucking fight.
Man, me versus anybody, I'm gonna always say me.
Okay.
Come on now.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. built his entire legacy on defensive mastery, razor-sharp precision, and flawless timing. But Terence Crawford has carved out his reputation through danger, destruction, and total domination. He doesn't simply defeat opponents, he wipes them out. From Sean Porter to Errol Spence Jr. to Canelo Alvarez, every fighter who has stepped into the ring with Bud has left with their pride shaken. So when Crawford claimed he would stop Floyd even easier than Spence, it wasn't just bold talk, it reflected how he views boxing itself. Floyd fought with the goal of protecting his legacy. Crawford fights with the intention of growing his. And that's the real difference between them. Floyd represented pure strategy. Every matchup was carefully planned. The perfect opponent, the perfect moment, the perfect circumstances. Some call it smart business. But for years, both fans and fighters have labeled it something else entirely. Cherry picking.
This is the situation, guys. No one has ever been 4-division champion in boxing. Not a real one. Oh, I won 8 and Oscar De La Hoya won 11 and this one won 15. No, I'm talking about Ring Magazine champ or lineal champ. You are the champion of that division. Forever, the record was 3 by Henry Armstrong. Manny Pacquiao was the first dude to really win 4. Floyd gets credit for 4 for beating Canelo, but that wasn't at the junior middleweight limit. I don't count that. I don't count. Terence Crawford just joined Manny Pacquiao as the only legit 4-division champion in the history of boxing. And he did it by jumping middle. He came lightweight, junior welter, then he won a belt junior middle, not the whole championship, and then skipped middle to fight Canelo Alvarez for the undisputed Ring Magazine super middleweight championship in the world, and left no doubt, including with Canelo, who was all class after the fight but knew what had just happened.
Crawford's is briefer but completely pure.
It's wild, because like if you look at Floyd's resume, it's much deeper than Crawford's. And Floyd was faster and he had a better defense and all that stuff. But Floyd and chose when he fought guys, especially once he left lightweight. He wiped out the junior lights, bring him. Lightweight, he jumps up to Jose Luis Castillo first thing. A lot of people think he lost the first fight, then he didn't, but then he won the rematch. So once he left lightweight, he was careful about when he fought guys. So even though his resume is deeper with names, people remember, yeah, but he didn't want it with certain dudes at certain times. Crawford, we all witnessed, even though the resume is thin in certain ways, he wanted it with everyone the whole time. That makes a difference to people.
And that's the core of this entire debate. Floyd perfected the art of controlling everything in the ring, his opponents, the pace, and even the moment each fight happened. But Crawford operates with a completely different mindset. Control isn't what drives him. Conquest is what he's after.
Things that around those two, Crawford or Mayweather.
I think Crawford is better, bigger. He's actually he's more of a weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather's really good too, though. You can knock him as well. He's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because he's bigger. You know what I'm saying? It would have skipped that bang. It would have been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely taking the shit. I mean, like Crawford said, you know, Mayweather has his era, and Crawford, this is his era.
Just look at the way he went after Errol Spence. For years people kept saying that fight would never become reality, claiming boxing politics would always block it. Crawford didn't sit around waiting for the perfect paycheck or flawless contract. He pushed for the fight, stepped into the ring with Spence, and systematically broke him down round after round. Then came the challenge against Canelo Alvarez, jumping up 2 weight classes. Critics everywhere said it was a dangerous move, that Bud simply didn't have the size. But what actually happened? He walked right through Canelo's power, took away the advantage of his size, and controlled the fight for all 12 rounds.
Your reaction to Terence, what he did, that's another crazy thing, right?
No, that's not crazy. So why I say it's not crazy? Because I predicted, I said Canelo was going to get old in the ring that night. No disrespect to Crawford. Crawford couldn't stop. Could have. Me being a coach and watching how the fight was going on, he could have stopped. And I know he's saying that in his mind, but he was being humble of Canelo. He was being humble. And it was a great fight. And it was good talk for the boxing world. And that's what it's all about, to entertain, to get us something to look at. We've been entertained like this for years, for centuries, of gladiators and stuff, going in the ring, representing their fans.
That's not handpicking safe opponents. That's stepping straight into the flames just to show the fire can't touch you. And this is where the conversation really starts heating up. Many old-school boxing fans, especially those who watched Floyd dominate his era, struggle to accept this shifting reality. Because Crawford isn't simply winning fights anymore, he's actively redefining what greatness in boxing looks like right before our eyes.
And I'm gonna get a lot of too, but honestly, there could be the way where you put Crawford over Mayweather. Because of going up, you didn't see Mayweather go up from 147 to 168. That's crazy, bro. And honestly, I thought Crawford was gonna have more of a hard time because he had a hard time with Madronov. So imagine going up to it. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, but I don't want to take nothing away from Mayweather. Mayweather's the greatest of all time. But I think that was a really big risk that Crawford took, and then he ended up winning. You know what I mean? So you have to give credit to that too. I mean, that's a big risk. That'd be like me going up and fighting Usyk right now, heavyweight.
I know that's been kind of hinted.
I'm not thinking of that right now. I'm not thinking of that right now. But that's kind of like how that'd be. You know what I mean? So you have to, bro. That's a lot of. He has a lot of balls to do that. And not only to go do that to show the world that he's really like that.
Legends like Shane Mosley, Andre Ward, and even Calvin Ford have all said it straight. Crawford is on another level. His unbeaten record isn't from dodging danger, it's from seeking it out head-on. They've claimed that if he conquers Canelo, he could stake a serious claim to being the greatest ever. So where does that place him on the all-time list? Easily in the top 10, no question.
They were saying that if he beats Canelo, it could put him as even the greatest of all time. What does that put him in the all-time list, man?
At least top 10.
At least
top 10 or top 15, easily, you know. There's guys that we may not know of or heard of, like Henry Armstrong. Simultaneously, he was 3 divisions carrying all 3 weight divisions at the same time.
Which performance was better? I don't like to compare them, but Crawford or Mayweather's over Canelo. Like, it's just different.
It's just different styles, different looks, you know. But the punching, the output that he was giving Canelo, definitely gave him the win.
That's exactly why when he claimed he could stop Floyd even easier than Spence, it wasn't mere bravado. It was backed by experience and evidence.
I saw you before the fight, the Crawford-Canelo fight, and you had a Cavs hat on. This time you've got a GOAT hat on. Is that how you're feeling? I know it says Muhammad Ali, but is that how you're feeling about Bud's performance, about his whole career?
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling that way, man. Go. It's all time, man. You got to give it to him. You got to give it to him. You got to give it to his coaches, not just me, Saul, Ray, Bernie, Chet, nutritionists. You know, everybody plays a part.
Canelo said he's way better than Mayweather. What do you think to that?
Who, Terence? Oh, of course. Of course. Of course he is.
Floyd was undeniably a defensive genius, no doubt about it. But Crawford, he's a complete package. Orthodox, southpaw, counterpuncher, relentless pressure, controlling distance, and making mid-fight adjustments better than anyone currently in the sport. Floyd's supremacy came from discipline. Crawford's comes from sheer adaptability. And here's where it gets even juicier. After that interview went viral, countless pros jumped into the debate. Some stood by Floyd, insisting no one could match his ring IQ and control, or claiming both fighters were simply the best of their own eras. But others, even some who used to fight Floyd, found themselves backing Bud.
Where does he rank now, all time? Ending this interview.
Number one, and the only one that he got to top is Floyd. You know what I'm saying? Terence Crawford is this generation guy. You know what I'm saying? Accomplishing all the goals that he accomplished.
Matched up? How do they match up, Floyd and Terence?
Hey, I'm like this, man. It's going to be great because Floyd, he's about his work. He put in work. We've been watching it for decades. You know what I'm saying? Him coming out of retirement, do this fight. That's a win for the whole world box. Every generation from Floyd generation to this generation to get to see it come. That's just like we never get to see Michael Jordan play, right? But we remember when he used to play. So,
let's be honest, what's even left for Crawford to accomplish? He's unified titles at 135, 147, and now 168 pounds. He's moved up through divisions like it's effortless, taking down bigger, stronger opponents without breaking a sweat. And every single time critics claim he's hit his ceiling, he smashes that notion completely. That's the difference between a fighter and a true legend, when greatness stops being surprising and starts feeling inevitable.